Hello and welcome back to Open. Our last guest is back and better than ever, working with the likes of Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, Madonna, Shaka Khan, and Stevie Wonder. He found time to get in the studio and work on projects in which he wrote and produced himself. His work can be seen in the upcoming BET Plus holiday film, The Day Before Christmas, and for huge corporations and brands such as Burger King, ESPN, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He has been teasing his growing fan base for years, and now he gave them a taste with the debut of his EP, Heard You Were Looking for Me. Today, I am excited to welcome Eric Hall. How are you feeling?
What's
An
up, man?
exciting
How
time.
you doing? Yeah, good times to be in.
Yeah, now, of course, I know you're going to be giving us a little bit of music as well, but talk to me about this EP you just dropped, kind of the inspo behind it.
The EP is called "Heard You Were Looking for Me." I kind of dropped it because I wear so many different hats. I play instruments, I write, I produce, I do a lot. So sometimes I'll focus on one specific talent, or maybe that's what's going on, and
Yeah.
I'll like the other ones be on the back burner. And I had a lot of people, friends and fans, and just people saying, "Hey, you dropped that last single. When's the next one coming? When's the next one's coming? When's the next song?" And just when is it coming? And after a while, it's just like a lot of people were asking about it. So I said, you know what? Maybe if they're asking for it, maybe I should say, "Hey, I heard you were looking for me." I think I randomly said it in my head one day, and I said, "Oh, that's kind of a little catchy little title." And after that, I said, you know what? Now let me not just make it a title. Let me do the action and start writing and recording these records so I can put something out.
Yeah. Now, I know we were talking, and it did take some time that you took off of just obviously working on the other projects and then focusing back on the EP. What kind of decided, okay, it's time now to do my own music and to put out this EP?
Part of it is scheduling. When I do a lot of projects, sometimes they take such a large chunk. Sometimes it's like a month or two, or if you're doing some film scoring for a movie or commercial or anything, like those take a lot of your time. And I finally had like a few months where it was a little more chill. And I said, nah, I'm gonna do it. And I just kind of just have to make up your mind that you're gonna do something. That's like anything. Like you gotta make up your mind. It's like someone saying, I'm gonna go to the gym. Can't keep saying it. One day you just gotta get up and go, So that was kind of my mindset.
Yeah, now I know you mentioned you were taking some time out, but also working for, I mean, these incredible artists. We have a bunch of lists and even the brands as well.
Right.
Anything that you picked up during that time as well that now kind of influences you in music or lessons that you've learned as well?
I think a key thing I learned is that music is just a language, and it's universal. So it doesn't matter if you grew up in church, if you grew up not reading music, if you grew up playing R&B, if you grew up playing classical music, like it's still a language. And every genre of music per se has its own soul. So I've learned to just really appreciate all the different genres of music and understand them so I could be able to speak to more people and through the language of music. So now when I do commercials or anything for a brand, I'm not just looking at it from one lens. My perspective is a little different. And I can say, hey, I can pull from this sound because it might move somebody how it moved me. So I think the most important thing is learning the language and making sure that when I do my music, that as long as I'm feeling it and it moves me, there's probably someone just like me. Sometimes we put ourselves in a box and think we're just so like this. It's like, no, if someone likes that green suit that you have on, it's not just you. Someone else might like it. So it's just like whatever you have in your art, you got to express it because somebody else might be touched by it.
That's such a beautiful message as well. And I mean, did that kind of also translate when choosing the songs that went into this EP?
Yeah, because as a producer and a songwriter, I have thousands of songs in my laptop. And sometimes we get, as a creative or artist, for anybody, we just have all these ideas or great things that we do and they're just sitting there. And it's like, I don't want to just be in my hard drive. Let me take the time. So when I was thinking about the songs I want to select for the EP, I kind of just said, I wanted to tell a story a little bit, and then I wanted to make sure that like the musicality made sense and it was very cohesive. So I did take my time and look at the tracks I wanted and the lyrics and the sound and the sonics and just the colors that I wanted to present, when I was making this album.
Yeah, something that I also noticed in the credits for each of the songs were that you were obviously involved from producing it, writing it, even performing it. Was that something that was important to you as well, to be involved in all those different kind of titles?
Yes and no. I don't think it was so much of a micromanagement or I need to have all this stuff now. I think as a creative, like when I listen to music, some people just listen to lyrics. To me, like music, the melody of a saxophone or a bass, a dope bass line is what sometimes you hear when you hear music. It's like if I name a couple of classic songs, you hear that first 5 seconds of the intro, whatever musical instruments you hear, that's the stuff that like, oh, okay, that's this song by Biggie, or this is a song by Beyonce, blah, blah, blah. We hear it. You know, like we hear Crazy in Love, Beyonce, you hear that horn line, it's like,
You know.
that's what you know is like, oh, it's Crazy in Love. So for me, when I'm doing the music, I want to like just make sure all that stuff is cohesive and connected. So I think that for me, you know, that's important.
Yeah, when you even talk about those instruments, I feel like when I was listening to the EP, it did take me on that like kind of jazz R&B kind of journey. What is the story you were hoping or want to tell through the EP as well?
You know what it is? A lot of the music now, I hate to say it like that, but sometimes it's just like, it doesn't have any substance. And I'm really like a music nerd. Like I'm a musician for real, for real. I play flute, I play sax, I listen to everything. And it's just like, it's cool because everybody comes from a different walk of life. So I don't expect everybody to have the same background or like love for music like me. But a lot of the music out here now is just like, it's just, I'm not a fan of all of it. And I'm not, somebody cannot like my stuff, so I'm not here to judge. But I want my music to be like true to me. And because I'm a musician, that has to be there. Like that, you're gonna hear some R&B, you're gonna hear some jazz, you're gonna hear some gospel group in church. You're gonna hear all that. I play flute, I learned Beethoven and Bach. So you're gonna hear a little bit of everything in there. Just because I can't help it, that's just who I am. It just comes out.
Yeah. Now, when putting the EP together too, I always wonder, and I ask a lot of musicians this: at what point do you know, like, it's ready, I'm gonna step away? Because I know a lot of times we want to just keep going. As a perfectionist, as a creative, you're like, it got to be better. I have to continue to work on it. When did you know it was like, okay, it's ready?
I don't remember a specific moment in time, but I do remember like the last song I have on there is called Getaway because there's only 6 songs.
Yes.
And after I made that song, I said, "This it. No more needs to go in here." I feel like the story was told, and I sequenced it a certain way, and I said, "Oh no, this is feeling good," and I didn't want to add anything on because you know the case is if I added more songs on, we probably still would have came out already. So after I got those 6 songs and that last song Getaway, I feel like that really just closed it out nice. So I was like, "That's it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me mix it and master it, and let's get it out there to the people."
Yeah, I think just like you mentioned it now too, even when I think about the track list and hearing Getaway, it is such a nice closure and kind of wrap everything. And it is a collaboration as well.
Right.
So I definitely encourage people to take a listen to that song too. I know something that is kind of connecting with a lot of people and they are loving is For My Ladies. Why do you think it's kind of being a big hit with people now?
For My Ladies, I mean, when I did that record, it was just kind of like I do a lot of like if anybody follows my IG or just my social media, I do a lot of covers, and I kind of just did that song just randomly, like just as a hook. It was no verses. I just did it as like a little 30-second reel, and I got so much feedback from it. But same thing. I was busy doing other stuff, and then one day I said, "Oh, let me make this a real song," and I kind of want to make a ode to women. And like I said, and if I'm tying in what we was talking about earlier, like. A lot of the records, when it comes to women, it's not nothing nice. It's always, I don't want to say the stuff they say, but it's just real lewd. It's just real, just very, 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 like, extra. You know what I mean? And it's not, you don't hear too much songs about women just showing them love and, like, kind of like an ode to woman. It's always just like, I took this chicken up and I did this and I smashed it and I did that. And it's like, all right. I guess that's cool for some people, but it's like, man, there's got to be more. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess for me, like, growing up in like a musical household and my parents like just seeing the way they treat each other and they loved each other and the music they listened to, the Shaka Khans and Stevie Wonders, who I just
Had to work with as
I
well.
just got blessed to work with them when I got older. Like that type of music is just important. But even the music in the 90s, like the Jodeci's and everything, they were begging. they were talking about real love and Mary J. Blige and all that. So stuff like that, I feel like it's you gotta like really look to find that music now. And I kind of want to just put that out there. I'm not saying all my music is gonna be just like that, but I know that's an important part to me. Like you gotta talk about some real love and just showing love to people and do it in a creative way that doesn't always have to be so like misogynistic or just so like, you know what I mean? Like extra, you know what I mean?
It's definitely nice to see that other side, hear it as well now through the music as well. And I know during the EP and creating it, you also got another special opportunity to be a part of this BET Plus film, especially in the holidays. You know, holiday films are a hit as well. What was it like to work on this opportunity?
It was great. Actually, one of my friends, her name's Pari Camper, she was actually one of the EPs on it, and she called me. And a lot of times in the music industry, or just in the industry, period, sometimes you get last-minute calls, and I like had a 2-week window, and it's an 88-minute film, and it wasn't just like doing a song. They want me to do film composition, so I'm scoring the whole film from the beginning. And I was also the music supervisor, so it was a lot of work. And I kind of got a little lucky because of the fact that it's Christmas, and a lot of those Christmas songs are on public domain, meaning as like jingle bells. You don't got to copyright it. It's after like 70. It's like after 70 or 75 years, you can use certain types of music without having to worry about getting a publisher. So I was able to take some jingles and revamp them the way I wanted to, and also do a lot of original music too. But it was a great process. I got to, I've done a lot of small films and short films, like 20 minutes, but this is my first feature film where I had to sit there and go through the whole film and score it and see the different emotions. Oh, they're crying here. Oh, it's happy here. Oh, this is frustration. Oh, what does that feel like when I'm writing it? So that's different from writing a track that I just like. It's like I have to watch what someone else created and say, well, what's this emotion that they're feeling sonically, and how can I bring this to life and make sense? So it was cool. It was cool, actually.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely excited to tune in, obviously, during the holiday time, and can't wait to hear you also perform for us today. So thank you so much, Eric, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Eric Hall will perform for us after the break. You don't want to miss it. Hello, welcome back. Here now to perform Due to Me. Let's give it up for Eric Hall.
Yeah. It's been a minute, but I'm back. What's up, BronxNet? Here we go. I've been wondering where you been. Put that location on, drop that pin, cause I only wanna be beside you. Pull the top off, let me ride with you. We can slide, catch a couple vibes or two. Yeah. Yeah. So tell me where your head's at. If your body is a party, I'm the kick back, get back. To the summer, we were more than homie lovers. Wanna put that work in, baby, I'ma pull a double. Pull up, tell me your dreams. What's on your mind, girl, what do you need? High rise in the Lord, me and you take off. Baby, there is no one like you. Make me feel like when God made you, He didn't make two. Can't you see what you do to me? Yeah. You're what I'm looking for. That body right is tight. Shake that thing, make her spin the block for sure. Yeah. Passport stamp country to country. Bank account starting looking real chunky. You can do it on your own, but you know I got you. So tell me where your head's at. If your body is a party, I'm the kick back, get back. To the summer, we were more than homie lovers. Wanna put that work in, baby, I'ma pull a double. Pull up, tell me your dreams. What's on your mind, girl, what do you need? High rise in the Lord, me and you take off. Baby, there is no one like you. Make me feel like when God made you, He didn't make two. Can't you see what you do to me? Oh, I said, baby, there is no one like you. Make me feel like when God made you, He didn't make two. Can't you see what you do to me?
Incredible work. Congratulations again. That was Eric Hall. His debut EP, Heard You Were Looking For Me, is out now on all streaming platforms. For more information, you can follow him on Instagram at Mr. Eric Hall.